I'm famous in Morocco.
Essaye-le, essaye-le.
This is what you get for 125 euros. You're way above the standard that we had in Southeast Asia. Quite nice ferry. It's probably why that they're charged so much money. Last day in Spain today. We're heading out to Morocco. We're on the side of Ceuta and we're gonna try to cross the border. Hopefully I don't get too much problem with my visa situation.
Yes, because Sam arrived in the European Union probably like 5 months ago and he was only allowed to stay there for 3. So we'll see how that turns out. About 10, maybe 15 minutes ago, we have arrived to our first border between Spain and Morocco, and we are still on the Spanish side, but it does look quite funny. I think the border is, I don't know, maybe it actually looks like this every day, so there's probably around 60, maybe 70 cars, and we're just waiting in a huge queue. Kids are playing soccer, I'm making breakfast, life is good. We made it! We're officially in Morocco, in Africa, our first country, and the border crossing wasn't that bad. It was a little bit long.
Yeah, it took a little bit of time because we had to wait, but beside that it was quite easy. And we crossed at Ceuta. One of the reasons is there is no scanner. It's like an old school border. And we won't get into the detail, but we didn't have any trouble with the visa so far. That went pretty good actually for border crossing.
It looked a little bit more like they were interested in how the van was built and actually what's inside the van. So
somebody actually offered me a contract to do his van here in Morocco, but I got no time for that. We just fill up the van, and it's nice to be on this side of the world. The gas is a little bit cheaper, the diesel actually, and we pay about $1.24, so that's about half the price that we're paying in Austria. So hopefully it gets cheaper as we go south. I'm famous in Morocco. We just got out of Decathlon and there's this kid, he's looking at the sticker and then he see me coming. He's pointing the sticker and he's looking, is that you? Is that you? So we give him a sticker and then he asked me for autograph, so I signed the sticker.
It's our first real day in Morocco and we're going to check out the blue town, which is called Chefchaouen. I think I pronounced it right. We heard lots of bad stuff about it. It's very touristy, but I'm very excited to see it because I think it's a great place to take pictures and I love to do that. We are in the middle of the town. It's beautiful. It's all narrow and small streets. Everything is blue, as you can see, and it's one of a kind place in the world, I believe.
Yeah, and it's perfect today because there's not too much people. It's a Monday and it's a little bit rainy, so we got the place almost to ourselves. I'm not even parked for 2 minutes and I see already the guy. Some opportunistic spot us from far away, and now he wants to offer me the best hashish that I could try in my lifetime. Hola. Ni dinero. Tu? Tu dinero? Yeah, I. One thing about Morocco here is we have the chance to have those lovely guardian people, which are basically people that took over a parking lot, opportunistic people, and charge you some sort of amount of money, whichever they think you can afford. So we have this lovely guardian that as soon as somebody show up, you go see him. Bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va?
Oui, ça va.
Ça va?
Oui, shukran, merci.
Shukran. That's part of the experience.
Ça va bien?
Ça va bien?
We finally picked up our first hitchhiker. We had no idea that there were so much people hitchhiking in
Yeah, lots of
Morocco.
people, they're just looking for a short ride. So we pick up a young guy, and I guess he didn't expect that. He didn't even say a word. He was shy.
No, he didn't look at us. I think he felt uncomfortable. I asked him if he's fine. He said yes. So we just gave him the ride. But now we know we can pick up all kinds of people in Morocco.
Pas de mélange avec le citron, là.
Citron.
Essaye-le, essaye-le. Pas là, hein?
C'est bien. Moroccan.
Fait on fait un deal 10 dirhams le kilogramme?
دابا هي غالية.
Je peux pas.
هذيك كادو من عندي.
Non, non, c'est bon. Merci.
Une autre fois
Une autre-
عندي هنا.
Une autre fois.
رفروني بوني كيف.
So this guy didn't want to bargain my price on avocado. But anyway, I went to talk about whiskey, so I had like a bottom of a bottle from alcohol from Poland that Beata gave us actually. And there was maybe a shot in it, so I ended up trading it, a shot of it, for an avocado. $7,000 kilometers, and we already got our second issue. Actually, yesterday the hose from the intercooler to the intake on the engine sliced, so I had a cut about that big. We could hear it from the turbo when we're driving, so we stopped. I had some tape. I taped it off. It kind of worked out good, and now this morning I'm gonna go try to find the parts here because we went to Mercedes dealer and they can't get the part before 2 weeks, and it's the only big town before we hit south. So we'll see if we get lucky for that part. So far people are quite nice around here. Even yesterday we got lots of help. Now there's a guy, he's actually guiding me with his bicycle right there to show me where the part store is. Ouais. On peut attendre là, si ça prend.
Une journée.
Ouais.
On va la commander sur Casablanca.
So I actually met a nice guy here. Awesome. After doing about 10 shops, nobody wanted to help me. And then this guy, he was just buying parts, and he's like, oh, maybe I can get the part for you. And then we look at the part number, and ends up that the guy got a garage and he's doing some collection car. So I think he's gonna get the part from Casablanca probably tomorrow. And we'll see. We're going to his garage. Apparently he's got a nice Mini Cooper like Mr. Bean, so we're gonna go have a look at it. Austin.
La voiture de Mr. Bean.
Oh! Here we are, we at the local junkyard. We didn't find the new parts actually. We found one guy's, but he's way overpriced. So I'm going to door by door here, see if I can find a place. It's quite an interesting place, I would say. After a whole day looking for car parts, we start to be hungry. And finally, after maybe 30 stops, we finally found the part. And we're on our way back to the campground. We gotta get the part tomorrow. So we see that little aire de repos for food, and then we decided to try some local tangine, which should be pretty good. It's a little bit expensive. We pay about 70 dirham for 2 people, but hopefully it's good. Well, little feedback after a feast like this. It is actually really good. I didn't know what to expect personally because they all have different recipes. So we stop at this place. There's not too much tourists. It's mostly local. So I guess it's kind of a traditional dish.
We were on our way from the Blue City to the desert.
But we had a little problem with the van, so it's our third day in Meknes. Took about 2 days to look for the part from junkyard to store to even to the Mercedes dealership. Nobody could really help us, or nobody want to help us. I'm not too sure because sometimes they don't want to look for it. But we found a guy. He's got the parts. He's supposed to get it this morning. We just got to be there before noon because they're closed between noon and 3. And we have a second project. A welding guy is supposed to build us some bar and a ladder for the back so we can store some surfboard. We'll see if we can make it happen
We
today.
really hope to leave today before dark and switch the spots, but we have to pick up the welder project and we have to pick up our part. So finger crossed.
Maybe it is actually our lucky day. The guy from the parts called us. He says he's got it in stock. We'll see if it's the right part. That's the other section of our adventure. But we'll go check it out and install it. It's gonna take 5 minutes and we should be good to go after that. We got the part after a few days. I think, well, I only need the top part, so we pay a little bit more money, which is 950 dirham. I think it's way overpriced, but that's Morocco, so it's the part we got to deal with. But nobody can get it beside them. And we have some spare part for the future. Well, I gotta give these guys some credit. We show up maybe an hour and a half earlier. There's nothing started, and then we just swing by to see what's going on to make sure it's ready. And then the ladder is done, and the bars are halfway done. So I think they're gonna make it actually. Like I said earlier, these guys are no joke. We got about 3, 4, 5 guys working on the project. They did the thing, they painted it. Now they're installing it. They did some very high quality work and super cheap too, so we're happy with it.
It is hard to believe, but it's almost 6 o'clock and we're making it out of Meknes.
Meknes.
If you're traveling or camping around Morocco, you will see there's tons of abandoned dogs and small puppies. So if you have a chance, just give them a piece of pashtet or some other food and a bowl of water because they don't belong to anyone. And that's at least what we can do for them.